kids to bed. Dad's home. We are the Dad World Order podcast representing the DWO for life. With me, as always, my esteemed colleagues, Eric, Big Rig, Maffey.
What's going on?
What's up, Dad?
Hanging in there.
And hailing from parts unknown, we call him Ocho Brando. You might know him a little differently. I'm so freaked out right now. What is going on? Where's Brandon? What's up, Dad?
So Brando is trying to top the entrance from last night in creepiness. I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Who did it better? Bray Wyatt or Ocho Brando? I know who I'm picking. It's close. It's close. So let's just get right to it, man. The talk of the wrestling world right now. The White Rabbit has finally been revealed.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
Talk about Brandon?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
No.
So what do you want to talk about? Like everybody's been talking about literally all freaking day long.
Oh, Brandon's pointing at himself. I mean, Michael Couch.
We need what's her name to come in, get rid of him for us.
Lisa Cotton.
Lisa.
Somebody call Lisa.
No, who am I freaking?
Lori.
Yeah, Lori. Thank you.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. God.
And she'll do it while eating an Activia and being regular.
Being regular.
Regular as shit.
There you go. Free plug, Activia. So yeah.
Dads love yogurt.
Extreme Rules. Okay, let me ask you this. Take Wyatt's debut out of it. What would you rate that pay-per-view, top to bottom? Like, take that, like if you would have ended it Riddle and there was no Bray Wyatt anything, like there wasn't even the speculation of him. Like, just take him out of it completely.
With that, yeah, I'd say without that, I'd probably like 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I'd say the weak spot of the night would be, for me, was Ronda and Liv, even though there was, I was messaging you guys throughout, and there was some really hard spots, and they're like, man, these girls are beating the shit out of each other. Some of those bad spots look like they hit home pretty well. Some of them were a little less believable, but all is fair in love and war. But no, I thought, again, man, they just a really, really solid show, bell to bell. I really had no complaints. Like I said, that even with, like I said, them being a low spot, still loved it. If I wasn't expecting Bray and didn't get Bray, I would still have thoroughly enjoyed that pay-per-view. 2 thumbs up from the Dad. You
all right there, Brando?
Hot.
There was a killer in your house. Making sure you're all right.
Did I even introduce myself tonight? You know who I am.
Not.
Sorry.
It happens. It's been a long day.
No, there was
fought the good fight today.
Honestly, my biggest gripe, like if you take, Bray out of it, whatever, because we'll talk about that here in a minute. I don't know why, which I love Edge. I love him to death. Why does every pay-per-view match he has have to be 8 hours long? I understand it was an I Quit match. Dude, like, I mean, the Randy Orton match was like 40 8 minutes or whatever it was.
The COVID
All
one.
his matches with Seth were 20 plus minutes. Like, I understand, like, you know, he never thought he'd wrestle again. He wants to go out and just do everything. They don't all have to. Dude, that I Quit match could have been like 16 to 20 minutes long, and it would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the last part of it was really good. Very emotional and everything like that. But, dude, I could have taken a nap for the first 12 minutes of that and not missed anything. That was kind of a thing for me where I was like, I think I would have liked more out of the Fight Pit than the I Quit match.
I don't know if they could have went anymore after that last spot.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
I don't know. I guess they did a little bit because he was
slamming him into
all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
slamming him into the cage and
he
stuff.
wasn't letting go.
But that, and I liked and disliked the booking of the Bianca Bayley match. I thought the match itself was awesome. I'm not taking away from that. I'm talking about the booking of it. You want to make Damage Control this powerful faction, whatever. And I understand, you know, you got to keep your champion strong if you're going to keep it on Bianca. But Damage Control looked like a bunch of goobers last night. Like, it was 3-on-1 in a ladder match, and Bianca was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Waka,
waka.
Yeah. Like, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from Bianca. Like, she needs to be, that's your girl, keep her strong, whatever. But now, like, Bayley has no claim whatsoever for a rematch. Like, she had every possible chance, you know, with her, and then, you know, Dakota and Io coming in, and then Dakota. I mean, obviously the double KOD spot was awesome. Like,
yes,
you're gonna do that. And then the finish, you know, freaking KOD and Bayley while she's holding onto the ladder was awesome. But, like, from a booking perspective, it makes them look real dumb.
Yes.
Like, you had 3-on-1, which they just did it on, what was it, Raw?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they came out and beat the shit out of her during the contract signing, and we're standing tall and everything. But then you come out there with a million other ladders, and it's like, we don't know how to do anything. Like, I don't know. It just, if you want to make them a dominant faction, like, I imagine they're going to be part of the women's War Games match. Like, this probably wasn't the best way to go. Like, but if you're going to do Bayley Bianca, Dakota and Io need to stay backstage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll have like a cage match or something to, you know, to up the ante to.
No, I appreciated the
first ever time of the title.
Yeah, the ladder match. I loved it. I thought they did a really good job. You know, Bayley with the strength spot, pushing the ladder up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, I thought it made, and, you know, other people may not think so. I thought it made them kind of look like goobers, you know, that you come out there and
I agree. It was 3-on-1 and you still couldn't get the damn job done. So what kind of fact?
It's like, why even bring him out there? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, all it did was make Belair look all powerful, which is good. Like, you want her to be strong, but it's almost like, how is she ever going to lose? You know what I mean?
You just made your tag team champions look weak too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my only thing with it was like, if they put the strap on Bayley, is then it kind of looks like just a female repeat of the Bloodline, where they're just putting the straps all on one faction.
Yeah, no, and I don't think they need that double image, you know, because then it almost makes the Bloodline look less, because it's like, oh, we just booked this for this photo op. And I think Ronda taking the strap back from Liv was probably smart. Not saying that Liv was a bad champion at all. I think she got booked like shit, but
yes.
I think that she's really come out of her shell, like character wise, and in ring too. You know, I would say this year has been a real breakout year for her.
I feel like it was a Big E title reign for Liv.
Yeah, it was, and you know, she kind of,
But
you know, well, she won the belt at the end of the tail end of Vince being there, so that was, you know, kind of goofy. And I think Ronda can have. I mean, there's a lot of good setups you could have with her. Shayna Baszler, like they got history. That'll be awesome. I think ultimately they need to finally do Ronda and Becky like the singles match that they built up 3 years ago or whatever it was.
And now it's even bigger because now the story's longer.
Yeah, I mean, heel Ronda's been
she's been
pretty awesome. I like Ronda, just, you know, be your moniker. Just go be the baddest woman on the planet. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be cheat. Just go out there and be an asshole to everybody. Just, you know, I can whoop you because I know
I'm bad
and
I know it, and I'll whoop your ass.
So I think that could be pretty cool.
You know what I did like after that match was her talking shit.
Oh yeah,
standing over her and just kept coming back to her. Yeah.
So
that was
what did you guys think of Liv with the smiling while passing out and then smiling afterwards?
I loved it.
Did you see the backstage footage after the show after she lost?
She's gonna snap.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's like, oh, she's going with Wyatt. She's going with Wyatt. I don't know. I could see her. I could see it because you very well could have, like, you know, say Wyatt wants to go after Alexa Bliss because he betrayed her, and he sends his psycho dog Liv Morgan after her, and, you know, they have a feud. That could be cool. Or Liv could just get this version of her character over, be this, you know, psycho, I just snapped, and just do her own thing. I'd be cool with that too.
I think what's about to happen is I don't personally want to see this, but I have a sneaking suspicion. I don't know why. I feel like she's going to go to the Judgment Day. I don't know why. I don't know why it's attacking me.
Terrible fit.
I still want Judgment Day just to go away. Dude, it's so many people. Like, every person in that faction is somebody that I'm like, you need to do your own thing.
Yep.
And like Rhea, like, please, can we have her in a freaking title picture, like a normal one that's not?
I think that's what they're building towards.
Vince McMahon, but also please give me her versus Beth Phoenix every day and all day, you know, twice on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be nice, and I think that's building her up because she'll go over on Beth. You know, Beth will make her look good, and you know they're gonna, you know, cue her up for, you know, a Ronda or a or a
that's what I said the other night. I'm that's what I'm hoping for is that is, you know, because she kind of fell off. Not, she's still over, but like she's over as like wink wink nudge nudge. She's, you know, a dom or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, she's not this powerful wrestler. I mean, I can't remember the last time I actually saw her wrestle.
Yeah, I know she was nursing injury for a while, and it's been a while. But,
which, you know, that's fine. You got to do what you got to do. But
when she does come back, she is just, you know, she's another one that can go in the ring. She's right there with the, you know, she can go with Charlotte Flair. She can go with Becky. She can, you know, she's another believable contender for the championship.
Which, I mean, they did a Charlotte Flair video package, so it sounds like she's making a comeback.
Yes. What did you think of his new mask?
I loved it.
I loved it too.
It's so creative. It reminded me, I haven't even seen the movie, but I saw like a million ads for it. It was was it like Phone Booth or something like that? What freaking movie was that?
No, it was creepy as shit though. I mean, the whole thing was just so.
Yeah, the Fiend's
What?
mask on the announcer table, and Corey Graves about jumping out of the chair.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
I loved it. I personally.
I mean, how many of you guys were like, when they put the watermark up, like, oh, show's over, nothing happened.
Yeah,
Dude, that was
I was about to go to bed. Like I told you, Mike, I was like, well, fuck, where was the white rabbit? Oh, well.
Yeah,
And then
did I
I was
miss it?
literally grabbing my controller. Like, I was like, no, huh?
Crowd erupted.
so. This is what his mask reminded me of.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, Black Phone.
Black Phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what I thought of, which I like. I've never seen the movie. I heard it was good, but I also was like, that's creepy as shit. I love it.
Oh,
Like,
Yep.
yes, please.
Mikey's seen it. He said it was good.
It's okay.
And so the other thing I was thinking about with this Wyatt return is I almost feel like it's not going to be. I think that's the last we've seen of Firefly Funhouse. I almost feel like
That was putting it to bed.
it could be interpreted as, they went inside, everything's covered in cobwebs. Even on the door, it said, "Abandon all hope, ye who exit here," which I thought was an interesting touch. And like all of the, in the crowd and everything, and the, the burnt Fiend mask being on the desk and stuff like that, plus an actual Fiend character being in the crowd. I feel like that was, like, yeah, it was cool and everybody knew who it was, but it was like, okay, that stuff's gone. This is the new, new mask. I hope we get cult leader, hostile takeover Bray, dude. Like, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it. And I think he could do a really cool thing, maybe not right now, but down the road, and do like the, how Foley had the 4 faces of Foley type thing. Bray could do that. You know what I mean? It's that iconic that he could just switch back and forth between all of them, depending on the match he's doing. I think they could finally do a Demon versus Fiend match that actually worked. That would actually be good.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm very interested to see where he goes with this. Because I honestly have no idea. Like, I have a ton of ideas in my head, but
that was the thing with it though. It was like they told you, like they gave you what you wanted, but not really anything at all, other than it's really him. And it
which I loved that it kept progressing. Like, everybody just thought, oh, we're just gonna see, Huskus in human form, and then that's it. And then there's another one, and then another one, and then we saw the Firefly with the zoom into the TV, and you saw the new mask and, the distorted voice, and you're like, okay, we know it's him. And then the door opens, and you're like, oh shit! You see a lantern. Oh, it was so good. It was like that for me is one of the greatest wrestling returns of all time. I
like how they turned the crowd up too when they were saying "Holy shit!"
Oh my god, yeah, there was no denying that. Like,
you couldn't even hear what he said.
I think he almost broke character. Like when he first walked out, he was kind of like staring in one direction, and then like when they started doing the holy shit and it got really louder, he kind of like, I could see him kind of like.
Oh, I'm sure his endorphins were just popping.
I've never really understood that either. Like, if it's like, I mean, I know they're not pay-per-views anymore, but like, it's not on cable. It's not on a network. Like, I know it's technically Peacock, but it's a streaming service. Like, to me, like, you should be able to, I'm not saying they got to go out there and drop 30 F-bombs, but like, make it a little more
situation calls for
edgy, whatever. But overall, it was awesome.
It was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Thoroughly.
But yeah, I'm with you. I hope it's actually not a faction. I don't think that he needs a faction.
No, I think it's going to be a faction. I still think it's going to be a faction. I just don't think it's going to be Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be him as the weeks progress, revealing, hey, this guy is part of my thing, or this girl, or whoever.
I like to see him. I mean, why the idea would be cool to reunite with Redbeard and Braun.
Mm-hmm.
Him putting over, bringing in some new guys, and
Mm-hmm.
help highlighting them.
Well, and people are talking about, obviously Alvarez said today about Bo Dallas coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Gacy, I think would be neat. If it was Liv, maybe it's somebody we don't,
What's that kid's name that was fighting with AJ Styles from NXT?
Grayson Waller.
Yep. They said he was the one wearing the buzzard mask last night.
I don't want. I mean, unless Bray's got a really good character for him, I could do without him on my TV. He bothers me.
Which means he's doing his job.
No, like not in a. It's like in a Sammy Guevara way. I don't want him on my TV. It's not a good heat. It's a please shut up and go away.
He's trying too hard to be cocky and comes off just as a prick.
Well, he's trying too much to be an NXT Miz, is what it feels like. Like how he's got the Grayson Waller effect. Like, shut up. Like Miz TV sucked when he came out with it. I don't need the TV segments. Just go away.
You didn't.
But I think
Talk is Jericho.
What's that?
You didn't like Talk is Jericho?
I'd never really liked any of the TV segments. Like they were never. I don't know.
Piper's Pit.
I need
the barbershop.
I need a Chris Jericho soundbite. I need the
stupid idiot.
Yes.
Mike, did you have to look for it?
Oh, I see what you did there. Ha ha ha. How clever of you.
You just made the list.
Indeed.
But yeah, I think, which I'm not saying he has to, because if it's going to involve Bloodline, I don't want him anywhere near a title. He doesn't need it. Mm-hmm. To me, you know what I mean? Like, Bray.
I think it's like don't make him like this. Don't book him into a corner again to where have him take. It's okay to take a loss.
What I would almost love to see is, and I was just thinking about this today. You got the DX reunion on Raw tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, that's what do we know about every celebration ever in wrestling?
Exactly, it's going to get ruined. So I almost want to see him, and there's not really a title on Raw right now. I mean, there's the United States Championship, but there's not a world title on Raw. Raw needs a face. I could see him just coming in and being like hostile takeover, to the point where it's not even like WWE sanctioned or any, you know what I mean? Like him just taking over cameras and just everything, just attacking whoever the hell he wants, hostile takeover. And that is the only way you can convince me that him and his faction versus Bloodline at War Games makes sense. Because then you got Roman, who is this, I'm
Roman's
God
gonna be their own Raw.
Whatever. And I'm not saying he has to do it tomorrow night, but just like as we progress into Survivor Series, I could see like him doing this hostile takeover and then Roman kind of being this, no, I'm the guy. Like everybody's talking about you. Nah, it's me. And he has to like be the reluctant villain, hero, whatever you want to call him. And then that could be a cool thing. But then again, I don't really want that because I don't want him anywhere near a title. I'm excited to see what he does.
Mm-hmm. I think the Raw ought to be a banger tomorrow night because SmackDown was season premiere SmackDown, and it was
You think
That was a
the
really good show
bloodline
too.
interferes with the DX?
I could see. Are the whole bloodline's going to be there?
I don't know.
Is that what's being
They
advertised?
said Roman Reigns, so I assume all the rest of them. They usually the other ones usually.
Where
sure
he
he'll
goes,
be
all
on-
Bruce's go.
Yeah. But man, the good old Donnybrook match, man. You said you went back and watched that today, right?
That was awesome. Let's see. Raw.
So do
Hold
we
on, I'm
think
looking
that
at
there's going to be a third Gunther versus Sheamus?
Oh,
Fella?
Okay, so far. Sorry, I'm
One-
just looking at Raw. Yeah, so Bloodline, DX reunion, Lashley and Rollins, which Rollins is taking the U.S. title. I'm calling
Is
that
it
right
so?
now.
You think he's going to beat the
I
Almighty?
think he's taking it. And then Gargano and Theory should be pretty awesome, which I'm sure
man.
they'll add matches. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
there's no way you have 4 segments on a 3-hour show, but
Gargano in theory is going to be
that'll be really
ought to
good.
be really good.
I think
I
Riddle's
look
going
forward to that.
and mind mess with him and make him and cost him the match.
What'd you think about Riddle going over last night?
I think it made sense.
My butt hurts.
I bet his does too. My
The
God.
floating bro, but I called it.
Dude, that hurt. That hurt.
I mean, when you saw
They both
Try to throw his arm
his
up
ass is
and-
broke. Seth's ribs
that
got to
hurt.
be broke. I mean, both those guys left changed man.
I don't know if you all saw it or not, but I remember watching DC and UFC, and my God.
I text Mike and said, it looks like Daniel Cormier just got out of his recliner, put a referee shirt on, and was like, I'm going to go ref a match.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like freaking Carl Winslow, and, Uncle Phil had a baby, and we're like, I'm going to go ref a match.
He is definitely enjoying his retirement, I see.
He's
Yeah.
enjoying a few ding-dongs on the side, which I'm not. I can't really say much. I gotta get.
I'm not. No,
but
it
made me laugh because so many people were like, "Oh, this is gonna set up Cormier versus Lesnar at Crown Jewel," and he walked out. And I was like, "No, it's not." Yes.
Oh,
It's a rare condition.
I always love those sitcoms. They'd be like doing something and they look at the camera.
There's a guy at work I do that with. He works back on the extreme side,
Yeah.
and and we'll stop and we'll like act like we're doing something and turn around and go 90s sitcom. It's great. People look at us like we're crazy. We just crack up.
It's so good, man.
It's the little things.
it's like when we scissor. People just think we're nuts.
Yeah. Which, dude, I'll
Told
say
you
that
guys.
about Raw for tomorrow with the DX reunion. I'm not saying it's got to be riddled with it, but I want like 1 or 2 just reference daddy ass somehow. Say the word scissor.
Oh,
That's all they got to do, and I'll be happy.
Yes.
Like there's got to
They
be
will.
some little inside, not like taking jabs at them, like oh they're shitty or whatever. You know that Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg, like they got to say something. It'd
they're
be
thick
funny.
as thieves. Yeah, that
I mean,
was like
they
what
were
did he
even
say at the
posting a
Hall of
bunch
Fame about
pictures.
buying that little company of yours or whatever.
Yeah, like it'll be good. I think.
Billy started his own scissor company.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
But yeah, I think that'll
Daddy
be
ass.
funny.
Daddy ass scissors.
Daddy ass scissors. But yeah, overall, I think that'll be pretty funny.
But I mean, good for WWE, man. What a solid week. Between
I
Raw, SmackDown, and that pay-per-view,
match.
premium live event.
And
I
something I saw. Go ahead, Bram.
I've never
What's that?
seen a Karrion Cross guy wrestle. That was the first time I've seen him wrestle, or that I can remember.
that
That
match
was
didn't do it for me,
brutal,
man.
dude.
It was brutal.
I thought that could have
Yes.
been so much better.
I could
I
deal with-
didn't. That finish sucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pepper
I'll give
spray,
it. I'll
though?
give it to Cross. Like he like sold the pepper spray, like batting his eyes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that, dude, those two. I mean, so I've seen like Cross was in. God, it was
He's
like
protecting Drew.
two or 3 years ago. He was in a. I think it was a GCW match with Harry Smith.
Davey Boy Smith's boy.
Yeah. And they did a strap match, and it was, I mean, they beat the absolute shit out of each other. And like, so I know that Drew lays his shit in too. You've seen the matches he's had with Sheamus. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. It was a little too, it left me wanting more from those two.
If I'm honest, I'm never really a big fan of these strap matches,
Yeah,
dog collar matches, any of that kind of shit.
But
I mean, it adds, I guess move sets or whatnot, but to me, it also takes stuff away and just,
Right.
meh, I could deal without it. Just let those two fight.
It was
I
just
could deal with
one of
less
those
Scarlet,
things
too.
that they could. I felt like they could have done a lot more.
I'm
that.
honestly this is one of the. I have to say this is one of the first in a long time. I'm very impressed with what I saw out of a WWE pay per view, and it not being WrestleMania.
That's what she said.
Well, I mean, like if you go back and watch Extreme Rules from last year compared to this year, I mean, it may as well have been put on by a different company. Like Extreme
It
Rules
is.
last year, it was like, who fucking cares? And then that was when they did the fucking Roman and Demon crap with the top rope fall in, and thank God.
I about blew my top. Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like half the matches weren't even Extreme Rules matches. It was just, here, we're having a match.
Yeah.
Like this one, everyone felt like
Every
it.
single match had some
Well,
stipulation
it
or
had
some
stipulations. They had not every single one, but all of them had some sort of storyline, not just like, well, we're gonna do this.
'cause it's a pay-per-view.
I mean, Edge and Finn Balor had an Iron Man I Quit match.
Yeah, they did.
It was so long.
Apparently, Maffey's not a fan.
No, here's the thing is I kind of dig the I Quit match, but then like the ref just standing there with a microphone in his hand just takes me out of it.
Well, you just lose a lot of those, those false
There's no
finishes.
near falls. It's just,
No near
I'm
falls, yeah.
putting you in some kind of submission or causing you a lot of pain.
I'm never gonna quit. I'm never gonna quit. I'm never gonna. Oh, Jesus, come on, somebody. Quit
Like it
already.
was cool, them, okay, we're gonna concerto Beth unless you say I quit, and then him, softly, I quit. Okay. And I'll tell you what, the star of that match was Michael freaking Cole.
Yes.
That dude, all night, unsung
When
hero.
Dom went in on Ray and he started just,
that's your father.
yeah. Shades of Jim Ross.
Yeah, like, dude, ever since Vince left, Michael Cole has been so good.
He's like, finally, I got this asshole out of my ear.
Yes.
I can actually do my effing job.
And like him and Graves did great together, which I felt like Graves sounded different tonight too. I feel like he's changing his tune a little bit. He's not, because honestly, he annoyed the crap out of me. Him and Jimmy Smith and Saxton, like
everybody's got to be what Vince wants them to be. Now they can be
like that.
What made them popular originally.
If those two are going to be commentary for all the premium live events, then yes, please. Because Michael Cole, like even him selling are we off the air? And like you even heard like Graves, like it was quiet because like he was taking his headset off. He's like, yeah, I think so. Like It was like real quiet, like he was taking his
Mhm.
headset out, like, oh, it was so
Totally selling
good.
it.
And then they sold it with putting the trademark logo up, which was an old NXT trope that Triple H used to use for takeovers.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it was just I thought I liked it because this wasn't one of the big four, and it felt important. Which, granted, there was Wyatt coming into it, but even take that out, I would have said this was a,
Best pay-per-view in a while from them.
7 out of 10. For me, without Wyatt, the Donnybrook match, Jesus.
I could watch those guys fight, like, I don't know about forever, but I hope that, man, they're so fun. I mean, they just.
Yeah, like everybody got good spots in, freaking Sheamus giving him a Celtic cross onto the announce table, which is basically the Razor's Edge, but
Yeah.
like, oh, it was so good. Brandon, thanks for dimming the light so I'm not blinded by the light coming off your forehead.
Hey, Seth. So I guess I'll ask you guys. I mean, who's looking forward to Raw tomorrow?
I am.
I am.
That's the thing.
Hey,
like you
they're
have
doing
something
their
like
job,
this,
then.
and you make me want to tune in. I'm all for it.
And it really makes me want to see what Tony Khan's going to do next.
And I'm
Because
hoping
he's got to be like, oh, shit.
So here's what I was thinking about that today. I really hope, with everything that's been going on with AEW, that Tony, as I feel like a lot of his stuff has been him emotionally reacting to, stuff WWE does or whatever. Please listen to the people that are around you. Delegate some of your stuff. Like, I mean, you got William Regal there, for crap's sake. Pick his brain. Mark Henry, Big Show, Madison
so
Rayne,
many.
Tony Schiavone. You have so many people there. Pick their brain. Because you know what? The Wrestling for Life podcast I was watching before we started this, guy made a really good point. You know what Tony Khan's resume was before he created All Elite Wrestling? It was the same resume that me and you have to run a wrestling company. Nothing. Zero experience. We were fans. We were all fans.
Yeah.
And like, that's
as
great.
Some might say he's a mark.
And it made, I mean, like last summer was awesome. It made the shows really exciting and everything. But now that you're established, like, dude, you got to start listening to the people that have been doing this for 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm. It's good to give the fans what they want, but you can't give everybody what they want all the time, because you're going to have to, you quit trying to appease everybody and understand that you're going to have to take some L's here and there. But, what'd you guys think of Rampage? And the subsequent Battle of the Belts IV?
Trey Hendrickson, baby. What up?
I don't have the game on. Please, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
I guess I'm not.
So, yeah, I guess SmackDown wasn't really super worth talking about since they had Extreme Rules. The only thing I will say is that the tap, that was a cool little spot. The only thing I wish they put it in there, but I think it was confusing for a lot of people because that's not like an established thing. Like, we've always been conditioned to, they start tapping, that's it. But apparently that's in an MMA, that's called a Brazilian tap, where you tap you have to tap 3 times for it to be considered submitting.
Huh.
And like, that's
now we're counting that.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, that has to be an established thing.
Yeah.
Before you can really use it.
I mean, that doesn't count because of this rule you've never heard of.
Yeah, like I get what they were trying to do. And you know, if this is the start of establishing that, great. You know, if that's a thing going forward, wonderful. But Rampage, overall, I mean, I got to watch Claudio swing a guy with a guy on his back. You are correct, sir. And that is being it's one tap.
Yeah. Oh, Seth. We need to get you a t-shirt, buddy. Speaking of t-shirts, Brando, I know Eric's seen it. Did you see the wrestling t-shirt guys t-shirt of the day? Looks a
Just
little
look it up there.
familiar.
Right before I came in.
Yeah. Anybody's watching the show, if you haven't checked out Wrestling T-Shirt Guy, he was a previous guest on the show. We look to have him on again here soon because he was a good chat with the dads. But he did. We sent him a shirt for being on the show and for his birthday. And he sported today and gave us a huge shout out. So, hey, man. Give me $35. We'll put about anything on a shirt.
He's trying to one up. He's trying to one up Scott Allen's shirt.
Hey, there is a shirt floating around.
That's
with
just
Mr. Magnificent on
picture of Mike on it. That was special requested custom. But Rampage, I mean, you know, the Claudio swinging with, you know, Mark Quinn on his back and swinging Isaiah Cassidy, like that dude is such a freak athlete. It's stupid. And
by the way, nobody wants to see me shirtless. Not even me.
Uh,
2.0.
I don't know. I feel like Dark Order winning was such a slam dunk, and they didn't do it. So that I don't know. And then also Battle of like all the in ring was great, but like if you're gonna call it Battle of the Belts, a belt's got to change hands at some point. And like this was a live one. I felt like it was a perfect opportunity to do that. And then I felt like it was also the perfect opportunity of if Pac's not going to lose the All Atlantic title, it's going to set up, I don't know, Ethan Page for it in Toronto next week. Nah, we're going to do Orange Cassidy again. Like, that's such a slam dunk. Why don't you just do it?
You're just mad because you predicted it and it didn't come true. Hey, buddy. Even Michael Jordan missed a few shots. It's all right.
It's true.
Keep your chin up. But yeah, I agree. And it feels weird talking about this because we talked about it a few times already, just in person and on the phone. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to get all these big matchups. But if you're not going to do anything with them and it's just going to be, you know, either some BS false finish or, you know, just what you expect to happen happens, then it's, you know, start to take the shine off it.
Yeah, like you can't call it Battle of the Belts if it's just going to be everybody retaining every time. Like then it's just
we got battling for the belt.
They're all championship matches.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just one of those, me being uber critical.
I'm just hoping Tony doesn't try too hard and just like.
I thought about this the other day. I almost hope. I wish they would take one of their YouTube shows and turn it into ROH. Take Dark or Elevation and just make it an ROH show until you get TV. Because then you don't have to do all these ROH matches on AEW. You only have 3 hours of television a week.
I would watch it, hands down.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of it.
I really don't watch.
Now, I hardly watch Dark and Elevation.
Yeah, unless there's some like key matchup that I see that's gonna go on. I really generally don't. I have enough wrestling to watch as is. My God, I watched 3.5 hours of wrestling, or 3 hours and 15 minutes Friday night, and then another last night. That's a lot. And I work 12 hours a day.
You
Yup.
didn't get shafted.
I got shafted today. Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
But overall, I mean, you know, like I said, the in ring's awesome, but I feel like he needs
to get
to.
knocked down. But sometimes you get back up.
Hey, wait, hey, oh, Buckus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
love Rocky. I actually got to run the steps up to the art museum in Philadelphia. My daughter ran. Yeah, I was in Chuck, so it's awful.
Nice. Did you do the pose when you got to the top?
100% I did. I got my picture in front of the Rocky statue and everything. Seth does have the video. True that. It's true. It's damn true.
Damn true. But yeah, like,
I mean,
in ring was awesome, but I feel like Tony needs to come back down to earth with the booking a little bit.
Yes. Quit shooting for the stars every week, man. You know, just have some regular shows every once in a while. Otherwise, you know, the special shows, if it's a special show after a special show after a special show after a special show every week, then it's, you know, it's like eating filet mignon every day. Yes, it's delicious. It's great. But after a while, it's just filet mignon again.
And that's the thing. I feel like
Tom
Trips
Brady
is
was a
kinda-
Giselle. He's like, oh, this bitch.
Trips is kind of doing, you know, what TK's been doing with pay-per-views in terms of like, you know, all the matches are good, but there's always one thing coming out of each pay-per-view that everybody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, like with AEW, there was, you know, Danielson and Cole coming back, and you know, Hangman winning the title, and
the Ocho.
Not the Ocho. That wasn't on a pay-per-view.
He's an OG.
Doesn't get
but like at SummerSlam, you had the, you know, Brock lifting the ring. Everybody was talking about that.
Yep.
And then oh my God. Don't worry, you're gonna get it at Crown Jewel. Everybody's super excited about it.
That's pretty neat.
I can't get into this hype. I swear.
Hey, this will be one you're gonna root for Roman Reigns,
No.
Brandon.
No.
Seriously, you're gonna root for Logan Paul. You sorry sack of shit.
Yes, I will. That's how much I hate Roman.
You sanctimonious son of a bitch!
Eventually, you too will bend the knee.
No.
And acknowledge your tribal chief.
Nope.
Be a cold day in hell.
Mm-hmm. Well, this guy's had 2 wrestling matches. He's been champ for over 2 years.
Yeah. He hasn't been pinned since. Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Just.
Hey,
see,
Eric.
and I'll tell you what,
Hey,
I'll
Big
give.
Rig.
Yeah.
Do you know what Brando's favorite wrestling move is?
Tope suicida, tope suicida, tope suicida, tope suicida, tope suicida, tope suicida.
Sorry about that. Dan Sprague.
So another funny thing, speaking of Excalibur, I think a really funny thing they could do would be to involve him in some kind of storyline where he loses his mask.
No.
No, listen. I think this would be hilarious.
What?
So he loses his mask, and then Regal comes out the first time he doesn't have his mask, and like realizes he's like super ugly and like doesn't flirt with him anymore.
Oh, hey.
That would who are you? You know, like he doesn't realize like it's Excalibur. He's like, it's me, Excalibur, man in the mask. Oh, you know, like dude, that'd be so
day,
funny.
sir. Good day.
No, you're not. You're not Man in the Mask. Where
That
is
would
he?
be funny though.
Bring my little strumpet.
God,
back.
him breaking out the damn brass knuckles, man, was everything
Oh, it
for
was
me.
so cool.
Yes.
The crowd, you fucked up. You. Oh, I loved it.
I think that would be really funny. Which also, like, I don't think Excalibur needs to do both shows. I really wish they'd just make Riccaboni the play-by-play for Rampage. Because he's so good, man. Like, I don't just bring him in for ROH matches, just make him a part of AEW.
Yeah.
Because he's
No,
awesome.
he is. I agree. He is really good.
Because honestly, if I had to choose between, I love Excalibur. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of like a commentator that makes you really invested in the match, I would have to say Riccaboni, because like Excalibur's like he's a wrestling nerd. Like that's what he's good. He can tell you the name of every move and match that ever happened, but in terms of like actually. Actually making you invested and feel something in a match.
Right there, Mr. Beller.
Sorry. Got a little distracted. I feel like Riccaboni's a little better at that. Sure. But here we go. That was we got Come At Me Brew. That was a dream comeback. I've been watching since '96 and watched tape back then of the previous years, and that was the best return ever. I wish they had let him talk last night. I mean, I kind of do too, but I think that was also part of the mystique of it. All it was him just saying, I'm here, blowing the lamp out. And then it makes you, I need to watch Raw, I need to watch SmackDown.
Exactly. They're just giving you a little, shall we say, a little taste.
Little taste.
Little taste.
You want a taste?
But yeah, they got to keep the allure there. They're like, hey, he's here, but why is he here? Tune in Monday. Give me your money.
I hope he shows up in front of Raw. I will be giddy like a schoolgirl.
I think they would almost, him not showing up would be a bit of a letdown after all the buzz this weekend. He almost has to be there.
Is Raw still their flagship show, though?
SmackDown has been for a long time.
Since they signed with Fox?
Since Roman's always on it.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, he's been on Raw.
I thought that was a Fox deal, though. The Fox deal's because Fox wanted certain stars to be featured on their show.
Yeah, but then they made Roman the end-all, be-all of the entire show. And
yeah,
Thanos.
the tribal queef. Yeah, the tribal queef can do no wrong.
They made Roman Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. The undisputed Universal Infinity Gauntlet.
He's the undisputed universal douchebag.
Would you rather have babyface Reigns back?
No.
No.
Not how I would rather Reigns be gone, period.
no, I loved.
Yeah,
that was
The
the
dude
thing.
puts
I
on good
loved-
matches.
I
You
love
can't tell
the
me he
heel.
doesn't put on good matches.
I love the heel character when it started, but it's played out. It's been played out for a year and a half. Do something different.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe he doesn't need to have. I still want him to be in the bloodline. Still want him to be this prick asshole character. I wouldn't even mind him having one belt, but being like you said, the end all be all is you're just waiting, and there's nobody in the company right now that is booked to beat him. until
The
Cody
only-
Rhodes comes back or they build Bray up to come and get one.
The only thing I liked Roman Reigns in, and we'll never see it, is the Shield. I like the Shield concept.
Never, ever, ever again in the WWE at least. But never say never.
But
Eric, we're gonna make you screen share if you don't start sharing your inside jokes. Now your laughy laughs.
Come at me, bro. Remember when Wyatt had the belt and had Roman come back? We're gonna hot shot the match and then separated them. That's gonna be a big show. No,
Roman versus
I don't.
Bray.
I don't want Bray
Hopefully-
anywhere near the title, man.
Not
I
yet.
don't want it. I don't think he needs it.
Not
He's
quite yet.
super over as he is. I don't, and I think that's what screwed him with the, that's what screwed the Fiend character, in my opinion.
It's like we talked about on Thursday. It's give him the mystique of the Undertaker. To where
Mhm.
he has enough allure as it is and carries enough weight in the character alone that he doesn't need a belt. You put the belt on him when the belt needs him, and not just to put it on him because he's over. He's gonna be over whether he has a belt on or not. So help that build other people up while losing to him, but making them look strong in the mix of it. And again, don't book him to where he is invincible.
Yeah, like you said, they booked him into a corner.
Mhm.
And
Vince is apparently notorious for this.
yeah, I mean, you've seen it a million times with him. But I know it was my idea, so obviously I'm going to be biased and like it. Is Roman losing one or both belts before WrestleMania happens, and the reason you have the Rock Roman match is Rock comes in and is like, "You're losing it. I need to come in and take over. I'm the real head of the table." And then it puts Roman over as, because I'm sure Rock can, get over what I know everybody likes him now, but I'm sure he could still come into WWE and be a complete dickhead.
I mean, he's
But I
an
think
actor after all.
it could change, the way we see Roman's character. Roman starts spiraling, whatever.
Hey, if Dwayne the Rock Johnson can save the G.I. Joe franchise, then he can save Roman Reigns' character. Whatever, dude. The second G.I. Joe movie was dope. Wish we would have had a third. I love G.I. Joe. We just got Cobra Commander how we wanted him, and then nothing. Nothing.
Nada.
We were getting Destro. Nothing. Unbelievable. Bring G.I. Joe back. Do one more. Come on. Give me more. We got like 24 Transformer movies and 2 G.I. Joe movies. One good one.
24 Transformers.
We had Magic Mike G.I. Joe first. Come on.
I think you're talking about the Fast and Furious movies.
Nope. Absolutely not. You never seen the G.I. Joe movies?
Yes, I've seen the G.I. Joe.
All right. I was going to say Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans, I believe.
Yeah.
That right there. Why would you associate those two guys with G.I. Joe?
Right.
Sorry. I'm a dad, but I'm still a big kid.
I think overall, though, it was, great pay-per-view. Keep it going. Keep the momentum going.
We've
And
had almost
hopefully
an
it
hour of the
spurs
show. We
TK
talked
in
mostly
a good
about
way.
WWE. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Is this is what it's good to see is that we we have 2 good products instead of just one. So one feeding off the other. This is how the Monday Night Wars started.
Right.
Eric, you want to talk about NWF a little bit?
Yeah, when went to NWF last night, it was a lot of fun.
Swan City Brewing.
Swan City Brewing took the kiddo with me. Got to see Ella defend her championship against Savannah Sweet.
Sweet.
Pretty good match. Watched Star Rider defend against Mr. Reality. He retained, of course.
Hell yeah.
And
Friend of the show. What up, Star
friend of the
Rider?
show.
All right. Champ.
Got to talk to Riley Matthews a little bit. That was pretty cool. Got to see the man, Wildcat Chris Harris, come out and deal out some justice to Sean Evans for interfering in a match. That was awesome. And got to see a 30-man Royal Rumble for the vacant Tri-State Championship.
Ooh.
And the winner was Mr. Magnificent's guy.
My dude.
The Swinger Fitz. It was a really well done Rumble. It was a lot of fun.
That was so awesome. He was sending me like live updates that it was going on. I mean, the bell was at 6. I got up at 6:30 and it was in Fairfield?
Yeah.
It was like a 45-minute drive. I would have never made it. But next week, this Saturday, Mount Orab, Star Rider defends his belt again. There's another. I think it's SOB.
For what was that now? SOB for.
I think against Star Rider. But...
Is it?
Holy crap! This coming weekend in Mount Orab.
Okay.
Ow.
At the VFW.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on, I'll double check. Check my facts. First post popped up was NWF and a picture of. Can't see it.
Okay. And new. Yes.
My dude, the Swinger. He wasn't at the last show. Disappointed. Star Rider versus SOB. And Tiny Tim versus Mr. Destiny so far. Still more matches to be. Only $12 for a front row ticket on that one.
There you go.
Dude. I told them, I was like, I can't believe you guys are giving these tickets away. For this show, get out of here.
I can't wait to see him again on the 29th.
Yeah, the 29th show is going to be crazy. I think it's like a spooktacular kind of deal.
Yeah.
The Eds are fighting. Ain't seen them in a while. I have not seen them. I've heard all about them. I can't wait. I've met the Eds. I've never seen the Eds in the ring, so I'm looking forward to that. So going against some pesky strays.
But yeah, it was a good time. Excited for the 29th and even more excited. I mean, let's be real.
Oh my gosh.
For the 18th.
9 days.
It's right around the corner, boys. It's right around the corner when the devil plays the greatest trick ever and Cincinnati lights itself on fire. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. We're going to have to protect Emmy because there's going to be rioting.
Oh,
Nobody wants a piece of the Emanator.
Oh, she's going to be all painted up, man. She'll be
the
all
M
right.
train.
Rose will come out there and start pile driving people.
I firmly believe she would.
We will take her down the aisle and stick her across the.
Rosa, take her in the back.
Here, take my phone.
Yeah.
Old Big Rig's coming through.
That's right. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Let's see. So we'll be back here Thursday
night,
9 p.m. to talk about what should be a pretty good Raw and what's shaping up to be a pretty good Dynamite. I think, anyway.
Anything with the Ocho on, it's a good show.
Oh, shut up. So yeah, anybody new here? If you're watching, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards.
And welcome. Thanks for joining us
to the Dad World
We're
Order.
just some dads who love wrestling. We are the DWO. I got nothing else for you.
4.
Early happy Halloween. Out of Michael.
Indeed. Well, yeah, that's going to be it from us. Don't touch that thermostat. Top dads out.
The Ocho.
Dad, World Order.